يا أحاديث دموعي في ضمير الصادقين.
No, not only that. When he was born, at the age of 5, and mashallah, you had a very, very fantastic quiz. I didn't understand anything except numbers, but I enjoyed that. Now, 2 ghaibas happened at the time of Imam. When he was at the age of 5, he went for occultation, ghaiba. And this ghaiba stayed, or it was prolonged for at least 74 to 75 years. And then there was another second ghaiba. For the sake of understanding, if we read books of history, they say for Imam had 2 ghaiba. One is ghaibatul sughra and ghaibatul kubra. Ghaibatul wusta and ghaibatul what they call the long, the shorter and the long, or the minor and the major. Minor, major, long, short. These terminologies are very important for us. So we ask ourselves, what is the meaning of ghaiba? Age 5, he went for ghaiba. In English language, they say ghaiba, to disappear. I don't like this word, to disappear. Because to disappear means once you see, and then you don't see. Now you see, now you don't. When you see something means it's there. When you don't, it's not there. There's no benefit we can get for that which disappears. So they say he disappeared. Another word, it says Imam is in hidden. Hidden. Hidden meaning he is somewhere, but we cannot see him, we cannot have any connection with him. Another meaning of ghaiba, especially for those who are not Shias, they say Shias follow the Imam who is in the cave. He is in Sirdab. So he is somewhere there in the cave. So he lives there. We say, no, that is not the correct meaning of ghaiba. Ghaiba means Imam exists amongst us, but we cannot recognize him. That's the meaning of ghaiba. He is with us. He goes around places and places, but we cannot recognize him. When he is going to reappear and we look at him, we say, we knew him. We used to see him. He is the Mahdi. We didn't know. That is the meaning of ghaiba. Can we prove this? Yes, we can prove this. But before we talk about the proof, when Imam alayhi salam went for ghaiba, the reason is that the time of the ending of this world has not come. The hadith says if it is only for few days for the world to disappear, to come to the end, Allah will bring Imam Mahdi to come. So the reason is there. Qiyamah is not there. It will come, but we don't know when. The final sign, Imam will reappear, and then Qiyamah will happen. Before Imam went for ghaiba, he chose 4 important personalities, 4 representatives. And these were very pious people, muttaqeen, knowledgeable people, ulama, hardworking. They used to work for their communities. Number 1, we had Uthman bin Sa'id. Uthman bin Sa'id lived in Iraq, and he was the representative not only of the Imam, 12th Imam, but 11th Imam also. Some hadith says even 10th Imam. He was their representative. And he was known as Samman or Zayyat because he used to sell oil, cooking fat. So he was known as Samman or Zayyat. After him, there was another representative, Muhammad bin Uthman, and then Hussein bin Ruh, and then the final representative was Ali bin Muhammad Ash-Sammari, and after his death, the major occultation started here. This last one, Imam alayhi salam wrote a letter to him, Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. He wrote a letter to him and he said, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward your family members, because you are going to die within short period of a time, maybe 6-7 days. He said, prepare your time, you are gone. For some people, this was like, wow, it's a big issue. How did he know that someone is going to die within short period of a time and to prepare the ghaibah? But this is Imam who is connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If the doctors can know, sometimes they can give you information that take your person, we cannot cure him, he's going to die after 3 months, for example. We believe doctors. Can't we believe our Imam? We believe what others say. Can't we believe in our Imams, whatever he says? So the Ghaiba Kubra started at that time. Now, Imam alayhi salam, before he went for occultation, he left a very important principle which we need to remind one another. He says, Man kana min al-fuqaha'i sa'inan li nafsihi muti'an li amri mawlahu mukhalifan lil hawahu falil awami an yuqalliduh. He says, anyone amongst the fuqaha, the learned, the scholars who obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they go against their desires, their wishes, they are knowledgeable people, let the community follow them. Here the issue of taqleed came about. Taqleed. If I ask some brothers here, which taqleed do you do? Most of them, they know. We do taqleed of this Sayyid, this Sheikh. Why do you do taqleed of them? Because this was the directives from the Imam of our time. He says, do taqleed. I have some of my students in London. I remember when we started reading fiqh books, and when we were discussing the subject of taqleed, they said, what is taqleed? I say, well, taqleed is to follow a marja who is a learned for you to take your verdicts, fatwa. They say, but we haven't done that. Are you Shias? They say, yes, we are. Why you don't do taqleed? They say, well, we didn't know that there is taqleed. I'm sure maybe amongst us there are people like that. Not to know something is not bad. But once you know, you have to change your status. If you don't know that there is taqleed, and now you know, you have to do taqleed. How can we do taqleed? Imam alayhi salam says, Man kana min al-fuqaha. If you have scholars, when he says fuqaha, the word fuqaha comes from faqih. Faqih means a very learned person, a Muslim who knows Quran very well, knows hadith of the Holy Prophet and Ai-Imma very well. He knows how to deduce the laws from their sources. You ask him a question, is this halal, haram, makruh, mubah, wajib? He will tell you. Imam alayhi salam says, follow those people. We say, why? Because they are fuqaha. Number two, they are ulama. They spend the whole of their lives just to do specialization in Islam. We need to listen to them. Number three, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Holy Quran, He says, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Ask those who know if you don't know. So Islam is not a religion that, well, is this water halal or haram? I feel it's halal, so I drink it. Well, my heart says it's not halal, so I don't drink it. No, it's not like that. It's not my feelings, my understanding. It is on the basis of the principles of knowledge from our scholars. And this is the principle which was left by the Imam of our time. Min al-fuqaha, sa'inan li nafsihi, muti'an li mawlahu, mukhalifan li hawa, falil awami an yuqallidu. We follow people who are knowledgeable. They spend their time in searching for the knowledge, and they are people who are not for this world. And mashallah, within the Shia community, we have many of these fine scholars. When you go, you sit down with them. You look at them, wallahi, they attract you. Because they are very humble. You ask it, you, the famous person, you live in this particular house? Some of them, they don't have nice shoes which we wear. And brothers, mashallah, these days, yeah, we are in Milad of Imam. So humor is good sometimes. There was a time when ladies used to have more shoes than men. Wardrobe from this corner to that corner, shoes. Well, it's good if you can wear all of them. But now the trend is changing. We have Nike, men, they wear more than ladies. And I have my boy here, I can say. So when we go to the shop, I know exactly what happens.